I'm Amelia Singer, an international wine communicator, educator, and television presenter. Geography can have a huge impact on the way that your wine tastes. The place where the grapes are grown and how they are able to ripen determines so much about the character of the final wine. Less ripe grapes typically produce wines with less alcohol, more acidity, and fresh fruit aromas. At the other end of the spectrum, very ripe grapes will have higher sugar levels, often resulting in more alcoholic wines with very ripe or even cooked fruit flavors. Many parts of the world are simply too cold or too hot to grow grapes successfully. A vine requires the right amount of water, nutrients, sunlight, and warmth to grow. If conditions are too cool, the grapes won't ripen. Too warm, and they can over-ripen, producing wines with unpleasant flavors and little freshness. Optimal conditions are generally found between 30 and 50 degrees latitude, either side of the equator. The closer you get to the equator, the warmer it becomes. And cooling influences such as sea breezes or mountain air may be needed to prevent the vineyard from getting too hot. As you go further from the equator, the reverse is true. Here, factors that maximize warmth and sunlight may be necessary to help ripen the grapes. Alongside latitude, there are a number of other factors that can affect grape ripening. Even in regions that are famous for their grapes, the location and aspect of an individual vineyard can make a monumental difference to the final wine. The angle of the slope, for example, will impact how much sunshine the vines have access to. Most vineyards are located on at least a gentle slope, and in some cases these can be extremely steep. A vineyard facing towards the equator will be warmer and sunnier than one facing away from it. Slopes can also help with avoiding frosts. Cool air tends to tumble down the hill and collect at the bottom, meaning that vineyards on slopes are less affected by frost than those on the valley floor. In warmer climates, altitude can provide some relief from the heat. For every 100 meters or 328 feet you climb above sea level, the temperature drops approximately 0.6 degrees Celsius. That's 33 degrees Fahrenheit. This is very important in regions such as Argentina's Mendoza, where vineyards can be found at well over 1,000 meters, 3,280 feet above sea level. The cooling influence of the Andes Mountains slows down the ripening process and helps to retain all-important freshness in the grapes. Proximity to a cold ocean can also provide some relief in a warm region. The more exposed a vineyard is to the ocean, the cooler and windier it tends to be. The air is often damp, so mists and fogs may build up in the morning, which can further cool the vineyard and provide protection from the strong sunshine. The soil can also magnify the effects of the climate. Light-colored soils will reflect sunlight, whereas dark, stony soils will store and radiate warmth. Soils that contain a lot of clay will usually be cooler, as they absorb and retain water incredibly well, something which can be very useful in drier climates. All these different factors combine to make every vineyard site unique, accounting for the huge variety of wine styles that are available for you to enjoy. If you want to experience the influence of geography for yourself, try comparing a Chardonnay from northern France with one from a sunny spot in California. You'll be sure to notice a big difference in the style of the wine.
We hope you enjoyed this 3-minute wine school. Visit WSETglobal.com to find out more about taking a WSET course.